Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the rich history of one of the most iconic car manufacturers in the world, BMW. BMW's story starts not on four wheels, but high above the ground. That's right, before they were carving corners, BMW was soaring through the skies. Founded in 1916, this German giant began its life building aircraft engines. These were powerful beasts that helped shape the early days of aviation. After the First World War, the Treaty of Versailles clipped BMW's wings, forbidding them from building aircraft engines. So, what do you do when the world tells you to stop flying? You find a new way to move, and move fast. This, my friends, is where the real fun begins. Picture this, 1916, the Great War is raging, and in the heart of Bavaria, BMW takes flight. BMW, or Bayerische Motorenwerke, started out building aircraft engines. These weren't just any old kettles, they were things of beauty, powerful, reliable, the kind of engines that made even the dodgiest pilots look good. One engine in particular, the BMW 3A, was a masterpiece. It was so good, in fact, that it powered the world altitude record in 1919. But then came the crash, not of a plane but of an entire industry. The Treaty of Versailles banned Germany from producing aircraft engines. Just like that, BMW's high-flying dreams came crashing down to earth. Now, some companies might have called it a day, packed up shop and opened a nice bakery or something, but not BMW. They were just getting started. They had a taste for power, for speed, and they weren't about to let a little thing like a treaty stop them. So they turned their attention to something a little closer to the ground, motorcycles. In 1923, they rolled out their first bike, the R32. The R32 was a beast, a two-wheeled rocket ship that set the standard for motorcycle design for years to come. It was powered by a Boxer twin engine, a design that would become synonymous with BMW motorcycles. The R32 was a hit, and it wasn't long before BMW was one of the leading motorcycle manufacturers in the world. They were back, baby, and they were better than ever. But BMW wasn't content with just conquering the motorcycle world. They had their sights set on something bigger: automobiles. The year is 1928, and BMW, still riding high on the success of their motorcycles, decided to dip their toes into the wild world of automobiles. They went and bought a car company called Dixie, Lock, Stock and Barrel. Dixie had the rights to build a rather charming little car called the Austin 7 under license. The Brits might have invented it, but BMW, they were about to give it a good dose of German engineering. They tweaked the engine, fiddled with the suspension, and slapped a BMW badge on it. And just like that, the BMW Dixie 315, their first car, was born. It wasn't exactly a sports car, more of a posh pram, but it was a start. But BMW, they weren't about to be known for building glorified shopping carts. They craved speed, they yearned for the open road. So in 1933, they unleashed the BMW 303, their first truly original car. The 303 was something special. It was powered by a straight-six engine, a configuration that would become a hallmark of BMW. It was also the first BMW to sport the iconic kidney grille, a design feature that's still going strong today. The 303 was a hit, and it put BMW on the map as a serious car maker. They followed it up with a string of stunning sports cars and luxury saloons, cars like the 328 Roadster and the 335 Coupe. These cars were fast, stylish, and beautifully engineered. But then, just as BMW was hitting its stride, the world went mad again. War broke out, and like every other car maker in Germany, BMW was forced to turn its attention to the war effort. Chapter 3. Picking up the pieces, BMW's post-war revival. The Second World War, as you can imagine, wasn't exactly kind to the automotive industry. Factories were bombed, resources were scarce, and frankly, people had other things on their minds besides fancy cars. BMW, like everyone else, was hit hard. Their factories were in ruins, their equipment was outdated, and to add insult to injury, they were banned from building cars for 3 years. But BMW, bless their cotton socks, they're a resilient bunch. They weren't about to let a little thing like a world war keep them down. So they rolled up their sleeves, dusted themselves off, and got to work. They started small, building pots and pans, bicycles, anything to keep the lights on. But all the while they were dreaming of cars, of the open road, of the sweet smell of burning rubber. Finally, in 1948, the ban on car production was lifted, and BMW was back in business. They started by building motorcycles again, but their hearts weren't really in it. They needed a car, a proper car, to put them back on the map. And then, in 1951, they unveiled the BMW 501, a luxurious saloon aimed squarely at the American market. Now, the 501, it wasn't exactly a looker. In fact, it was so ugly it could curdle milk. But it was well built, comfortable, and surprisingly quick for a car of its size. The 501 was a step in the right direction, but it wasn't the sales success BMW had hoped for. They needed something special, something groundbreaking, something to capture the public's imagination, and boy did they find it. In 1955, BMW unveiled the car that would save the company, the BMW Isetta. Chapter 4. A Star is Born. The BMW 3 Series changes the game. The year is 1975, disco is king, platform shoes are all the rage, and BMW, well, they were about to unleash a car that would change everything, the BMW 3 Series. Now, before the 3 Series came along, compact executive cars were about as exciting as watching paint dry. They were sensible, reliable, about as thrilling as a beige sofa. But the 3 Series, it was different. It was compact, yes, but it was also sporty, stylish, and most importantly, fun to drive. It was a car that appealed to both your head and your heart, a rare combination indeed. The first generation 3 Series, known as the E21, was a handsome little thing. It was available as a 2-door coupe or a 4-door sedan, and it was powered by a range of 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder engines. But it wasn't just the looks or the engines that made the 3 Series special. It was the way it drove. The 3 Series handled like a dream. It was agile, responsive, and it made you feel alive behind the wheel. The 3 Series was a runaway success, and it quickly became the benchmark for all other compact executive cars. It spawned a whole new segment in the market, and it cemented BMW's reputation as a maker of driver's cars. Over the years, the 3 Series has evolved, but it's always stayed true to its roots. Chapter 5. The Ultimate Driving Machine, BMW, Today and Beyond. Fast forward to the present day, and BMW, well, they're doing all right for themselves, wouldn't you say? From humble beginnings building aircraft engines, they've become one of the most recognizable and respected car brands on the planet, and they haven't rested on their laurels, no sir. BMW's current lineup is a thing of beauty. From the sporty little 1 Series to the luxurious 7 Series, there's a BMW for everyone. And let's not forget about their SUVs, the X Series, which are about as ubiquitous these days as a smartphone. But BMW isn't just about churning out more of the same. They're constantly innovating, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the automotive world. Take their I Series, for example. These electric and hybrid vehicles are leading the charge towards a more sustainable future. And then there's their work on autonomous driving. BMW is at the forefront of this technology, developing cars that can drive themselves. The future of BMW is looking very exciting indeed. They're investing heavily in new technologies like artificial intelligence and 3D printing, which will revolutionize the way cars are designed and built. But no matter how advanced their cars become, one thing is for sure, BMW will always be about the drive. Outro, the legacy continues, the future of BMW. So, there you have it, the story of BMW. From building aircraft engines to crafting some of the most sought-after cars on the planet, it's been quite a ride. And by the looks of things, BMW is just getting warmed up. They've got their eyes firmly fixed on the future, a future filled with electric cars, self-driving vehicles, and who knows what other technological marvels. But one thing's for sure, whatever BMW dreams up next, it's bound to be innovative, stylish, and a bloody good laugh to drive. Because that's what BMW is all about, really. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating automotive histories. See you next time.